Today we have some big news. From an official casting for The Thing and where he'll make his first MCU appearance, possible news on the MCU's Wolverine, and lastly, our first look at Namor and the villain in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Atuma. Starting off, we have a 4chan plot leak for She-Hulk. The reason why I'm covering this is because it's from 4chan, and we know that these plot leaks generally aren't correct. But if you don't want any spoilers, then click off the video now. Anyways, the leak says that an episode of the show will be called Segel is the Thing, which, assuming that this is true, it's pretty clear that Jason Segel was playing the Thing in the MCU. Now, we already know that the Fantastic Four are coming to the MCU. It was confirmed by Kevin Feige, we got John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the movie is obviously on the way, and we got 2 other castings from IMDb, which said that Elizabeth Leo would be playing the Invisible Woman, and Rudy Panko would be playing the Human Torch in the MCU's Fantastic Four reboot. However, before I continue with the leak, I want to explain why I doubt this is real. It feels incredibly weird to me that the Thing would be introduced by himself in She-Hulk so long before we actually see him in the Fantastic Four. The reason being that if the Thing or the Fantastic Four already exist in the MCU, why haven't we heard of them yet? It could be a different story with the Inhumans if they live on the moon, and even the X-Men if they were being kept hidden by Professor X or something. But definitely not with the Fantastic Four. We should have heard of them existing already. So that's already one reason why it wouldn't make sense. I don't think that the MCU's reboot will be another origin story. Like with Spider-Man, everyone already knows who they are and how they became heroes. So we may actually see them enter the MCU with Franklin and Valeria already born, or at the very least, Sue pregnant with one of them. And for that reason, it would again be quite weird to see them for the first time in the Fantastic Four reboot when they've never been mentioned before until now, but we for some reason already saw the Thing in She-Hulk. I guess they could make it to where the Fantastic Four somehow got their powers before they became a team, but they've already changed a ton of things from the comics in pretty recent characters, and fans didn't love that. Plus, they already changed Ms. Marvel's powers for Mr. Fantastic, and they changed Namor's origin and a bunch of other important details to help differentiate Black Panther 2 from Aquaman 2. But there's no need to do the same for the Fantastic Four. Now let's continue with the leak. The Thing plays a major role in the last 3 episodes of She-Hulk. He was originally meant to debut in No Way Home before landing in She-Hulk. Jennifer has a mystery client who only communicates with her via a different lawyer. Now the only thing I can think of here is that the Thing knows Daredevil. As the leak says, he was supposed to appear in No Way Home, and that'll be the connection and reason for Daredevil being in the show. He'll be Ben Grimm's lawyer. In the movies, Ben Grimm has been conscious about his looks, so maybe he doesn't want Jennifer to see him, which is why he uses Matt Murdock, who's blind. But then again, Jennifer is literally She-Hulk, a huge green woman, so I don't know. Anyways, there are apparently lots of jokes about this, like who has a lawyer just to talk to their lawyers. The character is being done in a mocap suit by Jason Segel, similar to how they did Thanos. The Thing is fighting a defamation case, and again, this goes back to the question of why haven't we heard of them before, or at the very least, the Thing. If he's being sued, it means people know about him, so it just doesn't make sense to me. The leak continues by saying he shows up in episode 8, and has fight scenes in 9 and 10. He mainly fights the Wrecking Crew, but there's a moment where She-Hulk, the Thing, and Daredevil share the screen. He has a moment with Daredevil about being from New York and their respective areas, and it's like a more jabby version of Cap and Spider-Man in Civil War, as they're probably having a conversation while pounding the Wrecking Crew, hence being jabby. They're throwing jabs. Get it? Okay. Another problem I saw is that the Thing appears in episode 8 and has a large role in episodes 9 and 10. However, we've known that She-Hulk will only have 9 episodes, so unless this was a mix-up and they meant that he appears in episode 7 and then fights along She-Hulk and Daredevil in episodes 8 and 9, then it's wrong. Let me know what you think about this plot leak, but I don't think it's real. Although it would definitely be interesting, the fact that we've never heard about the Fantastic Four yet and their movie isn't coming out till sometime in 2024, I think it's just way too early. Next, in an interview with the New York Times, Taron Egerton talked about some of his past movies and upcoming projects. But the most important thing came at the very end, where he said that he hopes to succeed Hugh Jackman as the next Wolverine, and has met with Marvel Studios executives, including the company's president, Kevin Feige. I'd be excited, but I'd be very apprehensive as well, because Hugh is so associated with that role that I'd wonder if it'd be very difficult for someone else to do it. But hopefully, if it does come around, they'll give me a shot. Now, this isn't the first time we've talked about Egerton playing Wolverine in the MCU, but if I remember correctly, this is the first time he's not only come out and directly said that he wants to play the role himself, but that he's also talked with Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige, which is huge. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the MCU. We need Wolverine, and if we keep waiting for the quote-unquote perfect person, or someone who can replace Hugh Jackman will never get the character. And if Marvel Studios tries to have another Hugh Jackman, it'll never work either. Jackman was amazing at the character and fans love him for that. But Egerton or any other actor can be just as good. Marvel just has to do something completely different with the character and give him a good script and story. And fans also can't be comparing the two. Egerton has to be his own version of Wolverine that works for the MCU, not a copy of Hugh Jackman. If that's the plan Marvel Studios is going with, then at least for me, it'll be more than enough and I would give anyone a chance in the role. Because in my opinion, like with Black Panther, I would rather have someone else playing the character even if they're not as good. Because I think that that's better than not having the character at all. And lastly, we have our first looks at Namor and Attuma, the villain in Black Panther 2. And let me just say, I really like the designs. Namor looks comic accurate, and they made Attuma blue, and he looks very good. I never really had a problem with Black Panther 2, other than the obvious fact that they didn't recast T'Challa, and that they're probably changing Namor's origin and replacing Atlantis with Talocan, the mythical Aztec paradise city connected to the water, to differentiate it from Aquaman 2. But from everything that we've heard, the movie does have the potential to be very good. So let me know what you guys think about all this. What do you think of the Thing appearing in She-Hulk? Would you like to see Taron Egerton as the MCU's Wolverine? And what do you think of the designs for Namor and Attuma in Black Panther 2? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you will never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.